In the new year, a slew of legislation will be tabled
will
in the
undergo
National Assembly to address domestic and sexual violence. This was disclosed by Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Mohabir Anil Nanlal at the commissioning of several domestic violence interview and virtual hearing rooms in Regions 5 and 6. The Attorney General says government will continue to explore new initiatives that can have a curative effect on domestic violence.
Speaking from the position of legislation, I can indicate here that in the year 2022, the Domestic Violence Act will undergo a complete overhaul. So, revamping the Domestic Violence Act would be a small measure only, but that will be done. A new trafficking in person legislation will also be tabled shortly in the National Assembly. Our Sexual Offences Act will be subjected to an overhaul Offences in Act 2022 as well. A restorative justice bill will be tabled in the National Assembly very shortly in the year 2022.
Acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Justice Janet Cummins Edwards, says the court is aware of the experiences victims encounter on a daily basis.
We are seeking then to have a hospitable court environment for both the complainant and the defendant, as fairness must be to both parties. Our room, which you will see here in New Amsterdam, and you would have seen those in West Berbice, caters for the victim or the witnesses to give their testimony away from the glare of the alleged perpetrator or the defendant.
Meanwhile, UNICEF's Child Protection Specialist, Patricia Gittins, said the commissioning of the rooms are victories for the prevention and response to violence in Guyana.
Each time UNICEF contributes, however small, to giving children a chance to grow up into happier, healthy lives, it contributes to removing some of the seeds of tension, future violence, and ending the desperate need to end intergenerational trauma. This will mean better outcomes for Guyana's economy and a better outcomes for health and education.
Chief Magistrate Her Worship Anne McLennan and Chief Justice Acting Roxanne George were also present for the commissioning ceremonies.